why we have all so much love for food. Food begins being everything. Is the food we eat, is the love we receive and the love we give, is science. You can explain the entire laws of physics in the process of use cooking, every single one of them. Food is fashion, food is creativity. Food at the end touches everything. It's unbelievable to see that if we understand food better, and we apply creativity in every little moment that food is possible, we can, in many ways, change the world through the power of food. My name is José Andrés, but actually my real name is José Ramón Andrés Puerta. Man, it sounds like a prince. I am a cocinero in Spanish. I am a cook. I feed the few, I try to feed the many. That's it. Obviously, cooking, it's a great place that you can be creative. But I always say that very much creativity is in every moment. For me, it's fascinating when you realize that somebody or something is applying creativity to solve small everyday problems we face in our lives. I may use creativity to try to come up with a brand new dish, but then I may be able to use that same creativity to try to solve some challenges at a larger scale. And this is what keeps me going very much. I left school when I was very young. Much of what I learned all my life has been by watching others doing. I think I always wanted to be a cook, even without realizing I wanted to be a cook. My mom will be the most creative person in the world by gathering whatever leftovers, half a dry egg that was boiled, that was forgotten, little piece of ham. She'll be able to come up with amazing dishes like croquetas. Those croquetas, in a way, yes, was an act of food recovery, of making sure no food was wasted. But in a way, this is human creativity at best, solving problems on the spot. My father also knows we love to cook, and we love to cook for everybody in a very big open fire. He will put me in charge of making the fire, helping him with the fire. I was very young. One day I told my dad that I really wanted to cook. I didn't want to do the fire so much. And my father said, my son, today is windy. Today I need you more than ever. Actually, I got very upset. He got me on the side and said very much, my son, everybody's thinking about the cooking. Nobody's thinking about the fire. The most important thing is really controlling the fire. If you do control the fire, then you can do any cooking you want with your life. But if you think about it, this is a metaphor for life itself. Control your fire. Therefore, you can do anything you want with your life. I was in the Spanish Navy. I was already a young cook. When I did the military, they put me to cook with the admiral. And it's the first time I left Europe and I began seeing the world, places like Africa and Ivory Coast, or I still remembering the first caipirinha I had, or the first moqueca, those Brazilian dishes. All of a sudden, by opening the window of opportunity of knowledge, you began realizing how much more was out there. I remember being young and reading John Steinbeck that was talking about people in need in America, where on paper was the richest country in the world, and it still is. But to me, to understand that in the richest country in the world was also people in need. And by reading The Grapes of Wrath, I understood that perfectly. But where there is need is always opportunity. Those moments were obviously important moments in my brain. Not all creativity is tangible. Even we think like creativity only happens with experiments that become successful or machines that we invent. It's a lot of intangible creativity too in the world. And one of them is empathy, and one of them is boots on the ground. If you are not there, nothing will ever happen. So if you want something to happen, make sure you are there. In my early days, I joined DC Central Kitchen. And DC Central Kitchen was founded by a man called Robert Egger. I was a young cook sharing my knowledge with people that were homeless not too long ago, people that were in jail not too long ago, because we were training them to be cooks. Fascinating, because in the process, we were not wasting food, but more important, we were not wasting people. People had an opportunity to belong. I've been with this organization with many years because the founder told me when I was 23 that seems charity, philanthropy is about the redemption of the giver, when charity should be about the liberation of the receiver. Rice with chicken, Chef Manolo, one of the legendary chefs here in the island, really doing food with whatever we have. In my case, we began responding to hurricanes and earthquakes, especially after Haiti in 2010. That is when I founded World Central Kitchen, in a way, a mirror of This is Central Kitchen, but this was mainly for emergencies. Food and water is something I understood that is not something can wait a week or a month. The urgency of now is yesterday. So we create a network of farmers and fishers and bread makers and everyone in the food organizational chart of that region. And we help them rebuild better, smarter, making sure building resilience, making sure that we build a farm that in case the hurricane comes, they can put everything away in containers, protecting them from the winds. And when the hurricane leaves, they can go back in business fast and quick. We began doing that model and it's been working wonders.
Hello, people of America, people of the world. Today, big news. 21 days in this beautiful island of Puerto Rico, and I can tell you, World Central Kitchen, Chefs of Puerto Rico Initiative, we are about to reach today 1 million meals cooked by the men and women of Puerto Rico. Big day.
I'm a work on the making. I think still creatively speaking, the best of me, hopefully, is in the years to come. For me, obviously, my restaurants are who I am. I'm from Spain and I want to bring Spanish foods not only to America, but to the world. Why? Because I am an immigrant. And what immigrants are, we are riches. When I open a restaurant, I don't open a business. I tell a story. And I don't want to stop telling stories. That's what I've been trying to do through Minibar, which is my, you could say, more creative restaurant, all the way to Beefsteak, my fast food that is trying to bring vegetables to the world. And then education for me is key. My classes at George Washington University are going strong, and we keep showing undergrads the power of food. So one day they come up with very clever ideas to keep feeding the world. And to end, the work I do through World Central Kitchen is a great organization. And there we're going to be next to the people when they need it the most, building longer tables. Once you realize what's the area where your expertise can help, don't hesitate. Go. Don't worry about the failure. The simple thing that you are trying, you are already doing more than anybody else around you. So failure is just part of the sequence of one day you finding who you are and finding how you can actually be the person is going to be achieving change.